Welcome, Gods Like Us, guys. How's everybody fucking doing? How you doing?
Same old, you know. I think we're all, since last we recorded, you know, there's been a lot of shit.
That's true.
Know? They got the coronavirus finally looking like we're getting to an end. They got the vaccine and everything.
Why do I keep hearing it's ramping up again then?
Because the vaccine is not out.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying we could see the light at the end of the tunnel now.
Gotcha.
That vaccines are in trials. They're in the 90s percentile for effectiveness.
Yeah.
And we finally have somebody in who'll stop arguing with scientists because he thinks his 2-year real estate degree counts for something.
All right. So, vaccine. You taking it?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. The majority of... Now, I may not be first in line, but I also don't have health insurance. So I'm probably going to have to wait anyways.
Yeah.
Which will probably end up being to my benefit because, let's be honest, that first wave is where you're going to see all the mistakes. You know what I mean? Where you're going to see the weirdness, people getting sick or whatever.
Chuck, what up? Why is the dustpan in the driveway, yo?
Come sit down and tell the
You look
story
cute.
of the... Right? Oh, my.
Hello, everyone. Oh, shit. What are you talking about in the...
The dustpan in the driveway. Why is it
I
there?
told him to
Oh
ask
my
you.
God.
You told me to ask you, yeah.
Let me tell you. So, I don't like roaches, especially those, like, palmetto bugs. Anything too big for me, all right? Now he has me being embarrassed. You guys have to hear this story. I don't like roaches. I found one in the corner. The cats, I thought it was dead, all right? I'm like, all right, let me get the dustpan, let me get the broom. I tried, like, pushing it because it's on his back, whatever.
Yeah.
I was blowing air on it. I was blowing air. All right, he's not moving. I think he's dead. We good. We all in there. We good, fam. But I'm even surprised. I'm turning on all the lights in the house. Like, he didn't even, okay.
Make sure
He
he
ain't
bring
bring down
back
the homies with
Took
him,
the,
you know?
the dustpan. I put the dustpan on the floor. I had the broom in my hand. Just a little bit of, just a little push. Just a little sweep at a time. And he got on the dustpan and started doing all that number like he's alive and started Frankenstein, bitch, I'm done. Bitch, I ran in that kitchen so fast. I'm like, kitties! What is this? Y'all don't give a about me. And this is not even counting this story. He didn't tell you the story before about the roach on the wall and they just stood. Like,
So how did the dustpan get in the driveway?
Right.
through it. He could have that. I said, fuck it. It took me about 20-30 minutes to get that roach on there, muster up the strength to throw, like, not even throw the roach out there. I said, you can have it. Buy dustpan. Bitch, I opened the door wide open, like kitties don't run out. Took the dustpan, like, was brushing it as close to the door, picked it up and just... Bye.
Oh, yeah. That's funny as fuck. He was like, you gotta ask about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask her as soon as she come in.
That's my life for you. That's how I deal with this with bugs, man. But that shit on the wall, I was fucking...
God damn it. This fucking charger's fucked. I just see this battery going yellow, which means I'm gonna need this bitch in like 20 minutes.
May I have a beer?
Of course.
Nah, but you can have two.
I don't fuck with bugs like that, man. I'm
Straight
sorry.
up.
I try not to be a pussy. I try so hard. Like, the shit that goes through my mind, I'm like, alright, it's dead. What are you doing? What are you gonna do?
I have to psych myself up like I'm like a warrior, so I'd be like, I grab like, I can squeeze the tissue all hard and shit.
Have you ever played what's it called? A Monster Hunter?
That's-
He said it just right. It's like a B class, like a C. It's the, and I'm fucking bitch. I'm like,
I'm slaying some shit in here, bitch. Straight up.
She still got that base sword.
I'm Gully the Vampire Slayer. What's up, Dally Dow?
that.
What's up, Bobbies? What's up?
Oh, there's another thing that's happened since last time we recorded.
Oh,
Dallas
yeah.
this is
you.
Corgan Dallas, newest member of the family. You watch Pembroke Corgi. My little
Yep,
mans.
so vaccine, not doing it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm not
Okay,
doing
okay. You're hold on here, and I'm okay. I was telling you why. Because the majority of the conspiracy theories that I've heard about it, and the majority of the problem people have with it, is all these rumors that they're going to put microchips and shit in it.
Yeah, that's not
posted from iPhone.
I'm not doing it simply because of how it's being fast-tracked. It's not going through any of the trials it's supposed to. It's not taking anywhere near as long as it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So there's effects that I feel like won't even be intentional, but it's like, oh, we found out a year later that this fucks people's kidneys or liver or what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's exactly why I'm not going to do it.
Now,
because you didn't do what you needed
hold on. Here's the thing: is we're not the vaccine. The science of vaccines is not new. Yeah. Like I would feel you if we were talking about like polio vaccine, some shit like that. But the thing is it's still the same formula. You know, but it's
not though. Well, it's the same process,
right?
But it's not. But it's a whole completely different disease. So whatever chemicals you're using, but you know, like
that's what I'm saying. Those base chemicals are the same. It's they're trying to pinpoint which viral strain is going to be most effective. I'm not a scientist, so I
don't know that that's wrong. I feel like the chemicals involved.
No, because the chemicals are not all the chemicals.
Then why ain't no vaccine for bitch ass niggas? No.
That's a good question. We'll save that because that's a full episode right there. But no, see, my thing is all of the chemicals in vaccines are just carrier fluids. Yeah. You know, designed to keep the actual active ingredient is the
so
not docile.
Only a few things that are changing.
The dead virus is the actual.
So that's the only thing that's changing. Really.
Is swapping out.
See, I didn't know that.
Right.
So okay, I guess that.
The reason the vaccine's taken so long is because coronavirus is essentially or to be more scientific, COVID-19 is because we call it coronavirus just because it's the kind of virus it is. Mm-hmm. It's like coronaviruses exist across the board. The flu virus is a coronavirus. Thank you, sure. But the flu virus is a coronavirus. But they have to figure out. It's just like the flu shot every year, where they have to figure out which of these virus strains are going to be. I don't know why he's being so fucking difficult. But which of these virus strains are going to be the biggest, you know, going to be the most effective and be the broadest reaching? Yeah. Because just like a flu, like they've already found multiple strains of COVID-19. They ain't going to track you with it. It's not in the government's best interest to poison y'all. Although I will say, I think that the reason it took so long when we're able to have a new flu shot every year, no problem. I do thoroughly believe that our Republican government was hoping that some of a chunk of the lower class and minorities would be sick. And especially once they figured out, wait a minute, the left wing doesn't want to leave their house because of coronavirus. So their thoughts were, if we have a vaccine, they're all going to come to the polls to vote my ass out. I mean, think about it. 80 million plus people came out to the most to ever vote for somebody. That's not a bad train of thought. Honestly, you know, fair point. I really do feel like our Republican government, that's why they didn't. They turned their own people against quarantine measures and everything. They really were, because it's not affecting them. It's just like, dude, when we were at Thanksgiving talking to the country members of my family. You know, they're talking about it. I ain't trying to start no fights at fucking Thanksgiving, so I was trying to be real was like an ambassador.
Oh my God, Chuck! You ain't tell me Josh shut the fuck up at Thanksgiving. I love when Josh shuts the fuck up. It's the best shit. I did not shut the fuck up. Oh, okay, so you did. So you did start fights. Never mind.
No, I didn't start fights. Actually, it's funny. The one point, my aunt Tammy, because she votes right wing, and I'm not sure if I'd say she's a Trump fan or not, because we haven't really had those discussions. But I know she's very much a Republican. Very much a Republican. Gotcha. She tried to, like, for no reason, pointed out that I was the only Democrat in the room. First, Charlie, of course, spoke up and was like, and then
also
my
like,
grandma.
Why do that? Like, we didn't have to do that.
Why'd you do
that?
If
I'm the only one and I didn't say it, why do you have to do that?
I think it was because social distancing got by. So then, almost me, of course, immediately, Charlie's like, and then immediately after her, my grandmother, who obviously is the matriarch of the family, she's got a solid 40 years on the next oldest, was like, I voted for Biden too because, listed all the reasons.
See, that's why Chuck is your nigga, because I'm pussy. I'd be like, he sure is. He sure is. I don't know what's wrong. I try and tell him all the time. More mashed potatoes, please.
See, and I've always thought it's funny because I used to say, well, at my core, I'm Republican because I believe in small government.
Right.
Watch out, he bopped you.
Ah.
At my core, I believe in small government. I believe in tiny amounts of, like, this as little government oversight as possible. I feel like your government should be there if you need it, and you should, if you don't need it, be able to reject their shit. Like, personally, that's me. That's ideal way a government should operate. Say, for example, I do believe in universal health care, and I do believe in taxation.
Oh no, I heard Universal be signing whack ass deals.
Yeah, right. Right.
I'm stupid. Oh, dude. Damn, what was I gonna say? Oh, I got you. No. Dude, so it's weird. I had a weird moment. So there was these girls that were at the boat thing with me yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were we all left or whatever, and I was like, hey, do you guys are you guys doing anything after? And it's like I know the girl. I met the girl before, like, and all her friends are cool shit. And I was like, fuck, I can't just send this message. So I ended up sending this long, like, okay, now let me qualify that statement. Like, I'm not trying to have sex with you. This isn't romantic. I'm just trying to chill because you guys are cool. Like, I'm governed by conscious thought.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh,
Right.
This is gonna be so fucking weird because I feel like I have to say that as a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that that's what that's what I'm asking. It's like,
right.
But and then she went back. She's like, "Oh no, I get it. You completely do it." I'm like, "Thank God," because any other some chicks just get weird. It's like, dude, it's in the fucking air. Because it's always like, dude, this is not a romantic thing. Like,
right.
It doesn't have to feel like a date because we're fucking hanging
Right.
out. That's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, and it should, like, we, as much as our modern culture screams equality and screams, modernization of gender roles and stuff. I don't think any generation has ever been. Look at this little fucking monkey. But I don't think any generation has ever been worse about assuming everything is about a hookup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you literally, I'm pretty sure you could, like back in the days of courtship, people that's what courtship was becoming friends. Before you decided to be lovers, even if you one or the other had decided, oh, I'm gonna try, like, eventually, it's and now like you could think somebody's really cool. Like, I've literally heard the statement, oh, I would love to hang. I'd like, not to me, but heard friends say, oh man, I would love to hang out with so and so, but I don't want them to get the wrong idea. And it's like, well, why don't you just state the idea? Like, and if he rejects it, then, or he or she rejects it, then they were an asshole to begin with, or at least they're, or depending on how they handle it, obviously, because if they're like, oh, well, yeah, to be honest, I was interested in you, so thank you for letting me.
Right.
If more people could have that back and forth, it would be a lot. That would go a long ways towards equality.
I don't know. I want to say I blame men though, because most of the time that's exactly what they're trying to do. And if a woman's to say that, they're gonna fucking lie about it and be like, oh yeah, it's fine, and still end up fucking trying to do something
jealous
stupid
because they're
anyway.
friends on.
Right, or still trying to do something stupid any fucking way. So it's
right. No, but like I said, if more people could have that exchange.
Exactly.
It's definitely 100% two-way street. If you're not gonna
because it's one of those things where it's like anytime we be like, yo, fucking, what are you doing? Oh, where like it's like, dude, well, you want to like, it's like everything was like sketch. It's like, dude, you don't have to treat this like a fucking date. I'm just trying to come hang out, dude. What are you doing? You at a bar? Let me know. I'll fucking slide through. Come have a beer.
Right.
I'm not that dude. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I just think you're cool, and fucking cool people are not easy to find.
Right.
They're not easy to find.
What dates are planned ahead.
That's not what I'm trying to do by you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, no.
If I'm calling you asking you what you're doing tonight, that's what.
I'm just trying to kick it, but I understand how you didn't see that. But it's like, so I had to say it. Like, that was weird, but I was like, oh, fuck it. This may be one of the, and I said it, I was like, yeah, I'm like, sorry if I overanalyze, but albeit I tend to do that from time to time.
Right. Have you ever had this happen to you before? I've been in this situation. Actually, it happened a couple of times when we were roommates way back in the Bronze Age. The inviting like girls you know, or guy, if you're a girl, guys you know, to a party, and then obviously you invite like 4 or 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
and really what you're trying to do, guy or girl, you're trying to pad out the party.
Yeah.
You want to make sure there's people here that are cool and interesting, and someone might want to hook up with,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or might want to hook up with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get there and they get mad when they realize you didn't invite them as their like plus one.
I thought that's what you were saying. Yep, yeah, definitely had that.
Like, I'm flattered.
That's what Carly
but
did.
I was just inviting all my homies.
That's what Carly did.
Yeah.
I've never tried you. I've never talked to you that way. Actually, you made the advance, and I set
Mm-hmm.
you straight and was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, that's not. I don't really want to do that. Like, and then you were upset when. That's not like when like, you saw my attention with another like someone else.
Right. I want to get up. Speaking of Carly's, I want to get up with the other Carly.
Oh, Carly and Christina, yeah.
I
She
want
called
to
me
get
not
up
too
with
long
them,
ago.
man. Because I would love, we're talking about this artist video series, and they do the weird, all kind of weird,
Mhm.
like body painting and stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to do like, hey guys, would y'all put on a white bodysuit so it's not an X-rated thing, and do like we
Yeah.
film it, like
Oh, that'd
we'll
be cool
set
as
up an
fuck.
overhead
That'd be cool.
down on the big canvas,
That'd be tight as fuck.
set it to music.
That'd actually be sick, dude.
Yeah, like I wanted to do something like that. Who was it I saw do something similar to that? Halsey on her Saturday Night Live performance. I'm not. It's almost as funny as I'm watching. She's like on a giant canvas, and it looks like she's painting something. But the way it looked, I honestly couldn't tell it. It looked like it was already traced out on the paper for her.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from her because and I almost feel like it had to be because you have to hit that right pace.
I definitely think it was because I can't fucking stand Halsey. Her music's fine, but she's so fucking fake.
Like even maybe the words written into the space so she can
I
keep
won't
the right
say that
speed.
I can stand her, but I'll say that like the whole I'm a superstar and I have mental health issue shit annoys the shit out of me. Don't fucking write the post about how you wake up and don't feel good about yourself sometimes. Shut the fuck up, even if it's true.
Mm-hmm. Because let's be
Shut the
real.
fuck up. Because you can't you can't relate to these people who are not where you are. That you don't ever feel like how they feel. You never feel that way. And also, I'm going to challenge whether you ever felt that way, considering how much it takes the opposite to be successful in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It takes for you can't have those days doing what you do. Even when you have them, you gotta shut the fuck up and not have them.
Yeah. It's
Oh, you don't have any self confidence, so how the fuck?
well, it's because it's the fake connection thing.
Exactly.
They're trying to create false connection because they're looking down from their ivory tower, and what you're actually doing for, like, say someone who identifies with her music and is a fan of hers, what you're actually doing is saying she's rich as balls, gorgeous, dating Elon Musk or dating one of the richest men in the world, this, that, and the other, and she's still depressed. But what the fuck am I doing? Well, now you just
I have no hope.
She
Doesn't matter. Exactly.
she enables it. It's enabling. Well, I'm allowed to feel bad because she feels bad, and everybody is allowed to feel bad, but I don't think a millionaire who lives the life that Halsey lives. I think her message should be she should strive more if she really is experiencing mental health issues, which I'm not questioning the legitimacy of. I think that she should really try to put more of a message of I'm working on it. I'm this is what I'm doing because I have access to everything in the world to make me feel better. You should try it.
Right. And my thing is like, if you actually, now that, let's say this is true, because I don't want to say every celebrity does it. Let's say that this is true. Then the first time we have this inkling or notion should be because you told us. Kid Cudi, we knew that nigga was off. Kanye, we knew that nigga was off.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought anything was at all about you, was any mental health, nothing. Kehlani tried to kill herself. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that bitch off. She not even doing this shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you haven't done any of the things or shown any of that shit. And the first time I hear about your mental health is because you had to tell me.
Right.
No, nigga, we know when a motherfucker's off. Like,
Right.
I,
And you know, it's funny because this was not too long. I was thinking about the fact that back in the day, there really was a stereotype that you had to be a little off to be an artist,
Mhm.
and it's absolutely not true.
Mhm.
I really, really say it's absolutely not true because would you? I mean, Jay-Z seems like a spectacularly together guy, and he's never
And
not seen.
that was the line that I was going to draw, actually, because I think you're right. To be an artist, I think that there is something, you know, there's just like craziness that comes with art. But a lot of these artists are in a business.
Mhm.
They're treating it like a business.
Mhm.
Macklemore treated it like a business. Like, there's certain artists who treat this like a business, even though it is art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so that doesn't necessarily make you an artist. You get these songs written, you sing this song, you do the image thingy, blah blah blah. But that's not you just creating. No, there's an agenda here. You know
Or
what I
even
mean?
look at Chance the Rapper, a great example of extremely put together person who's very much mentally all there. Like he's such an intelligent
always
person.
been, though.
He hasn't always been.
That's what I'm saying.
But I still want it on T-shirt because you have to give me 05 Kanye.
Yeah,
I
I
want
miss
the-
the old Kanye.
I miss the old Kanye.
On sale now.
Right. I miss acid rap Chance. Because
Alright.
acid rap is still to
I can
me
do that.
like acid rap is jazz in hip hop form to me.
Mm. Yeah.
Like, listening to acid rap as a full album really is like listening to some amazing 40-minute jazz jam session. I genuinely feel that way. But anyways, you're right. But that brings up a third option. Now, a lot of these guys, they probably I do think to be an artist you have to be able to free your mind in a particular way. I think the difference is are you the type of artist who is able to open their mind, free their mind, or are you the type of artist who has to rein their mind in to be a normal person?
And that's exactly the difference that I see, because it's like, I don't have to free my mind. If I pay Ty Dolla $ign to write the song, he got to go free his mind because he's the artist. All I got to do is say the words he gave me to say.
Right.
The way he told me to say them. That's all I have to do. I ain't got to free nothing. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between people that take it like, they treat it like a business, and like people who are actually creating. I don't even want to say artists, like creatives.
Yeah.
Like, because if you give me all the pieces to something, I can assemble it. That fucking IKEA does it every goddamn day.
Yeah.
If you give me all the pieces, I can assemble it. That doesn't mean that I fucking know how to build furniture. I don't know how to make furniture.
Yeah.
But if you do everything for me and I put it together, you know, whereas it's like, you know, the person who's putting the pieces together and the person who's creating the fucking thing are now being jumbled together. It's like,
Yes.
they're definitely not the same person.
No. I do think I mean, every artist is different than their music, I think.
I don't know.
Distinctly.
I think it depends on whether they write it or not. I think that has a lot to do with it.
As a matter of fact, we're looking at the only artist that I think his appearance matches his art. Like, you see him and you're like, oh yeah, that guy made that. This is fucking Dolly.
No, I feel like there's a lot. You mean actual visual paint?
Yeah, when it comes to visual paint.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that I'm not really well versed in. I don't know.
Oh no, rappers, it's 100%. Most musicians, it's 100%.
That's why I was like, if you're writing
because
it,
you're
probably a lot
you're
like
crafting. I mean, let's be real. Most audio artists, most musicians and vocalists, and anyone who delves in audio as their art form, they tend to not really give a shit too much about the visual and all that. They are most of the time. You catch most artists, they sweatpants and a t-shirt. But when they're out in public doing whatever they're doing, they have to dress the part, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the ultra clean cut Jay-Z look or the like fucking always looking like you just walked out of the trap of like a 2 Chainz.
Yeah, or I don't know, that nigga be looking expensive anyway. He walked up the trap, but like a Young Thug.
Young Thug.
Very well made up and very, you know, glamorous.
I like this dive into fashion. Man.
I love it.
Yeah,
I have no problem with it at all. I love Thug. I think Thug's dope as fuck.
You know who's got? I tell you what. I don't know if he does. I'd imagine he probably has a big hand in it himself. Fucking Lil Nas X, man, that dude be killing it with some of the goofiest shit. But
That's
he
very
be
true.
taking off on it. Like
Very
homie
true.
hosted the Country Music Awards wearing, you know, that little red cowboy outfit, and all of you had to take a photo on a little pony when you were like 4. He wore that, but pink. Like, dude looked like a Vegas cowboy, but did that shit.
I fuck with Lil Nas X. I don't really listen to him, but I do fuck with him. I like the way that he decided like he wanted to come out before all the shit. But I don't know if I'm jealous or I just dislike the fact that people think they need to come out. I'm like, I want to come out as like heterosexual. I want to just come out like, hey guys, just so you know, I actually like women. Because it's not that important.
See, okay.
They treat it so important. It's like, we don't give a shit.
Right. Okay, all right. See what you got to do. All right, for that to work, from a public persona standpoint, we'd have to get like a drag queens with you, just because then you can't be mad if I do like.
No, I've always wanted to shoot a video with drags too.
Because you're not trying to, because you're
always
literally
wanted to shoot a video with
that's one of those things that it's fucking hilarious. But unless you're Chappelle, you're probably not gonna get away with but half the people thinking you're doing that you're doing like an all lives matter thing.
Yo, brother, I'm shooting the podcast. Say what up to the people, bro. I love you too. Oh, but yeah, I'm shooting the podcast, bro. I'm gonna call you like right back. All right.
Is that Ace?
That's Will. I'm trying to get him to do a set at this show.
Oh, the
I'm gonna do a set. Hopefully, I can go on right after him, or he can go on right. Yeah, I would love to go on right after him. I'm gonna make him talk about some dumb shit that his girlfriend did, and then I'll do stupid.
Yo, that would be great.
Right?
Y'all should even sign up like that. Like he's gonna do a comedy set, and then I'm gonna
right after. Yeah.
Okay, that's the video right there. Because then what you do is you just loop the bridge at certain places so you can insert segments of him, you know, doing, and then just that's the whole video. Mm-hmm. It'll end up being like 10 minutes long, but who cares? Because you're just looping the bridge a couple times so that you can drop those key
right.
jokes.
So then he can say jokes in the middle, so it goes between. Basically, it's like a back and forth that rappers like the Locks would do, but it's with me and a comedian. I told him I want to do a whole project like that. I want to do a whole project just like that. Because at the end of the day, what I have realized is like it's really just getting your word off.
Dude,
it's really just saying what the fuck you want to say. You know what I mean? So it's like that's really all it is.
Couple $100, we could do a show, make money.
I don't want the responsibility of any of that, so I respectfully
I would take all the. You're just one of the artists.
Okay.
Like doing what? Like
you're just one of the
assembling an
artists.
entire like a show, like putting on a show.
I would do that.
You'll do the.
I would totally help,
do
but I don't want that on my shoulders. I'll be honest with you. Cause I'll get tired of shit. Like, see, that's what I was saying about you being better at like talking to talent than me. Like, fuck this nigga. He don't need to come in. Like, you didn't ask me to address too many times.
Like assembly.
Like, you asked me to address too many times. I already said it
like a project kind of thing. Okay, like so who's gonna contribute this? What kind of conversation? Or what's the topic? Who do we think of? Like, I'm good at that kind of thing, but him. That's him all day. He's more the like.
He doesn't lose his patience, and it's like mine's gone. You know, like mine's gone very, very quickly.
I don't blame you either, bro.
Yeah.
You have your.
It's all just a racing to me. Oh, we
Yeah,
didn't get that right.
It is all a race thing.
It's all just a race. I said erasing. ERASING. I don't know why I forgot the easiest part of the word.
Oh, is it belly time? Bang!
So how was your Thanksgiving?
Flex on them. It was cool. I avoided everybody and their families.
What's up, right?
I didn't. After this year, I did not feel like doing the whole family feasty. Like, I love you, mama. Come pick up plate tomorrow.
I totally should have brought you. You had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have wrote, man.
I wish I would have already said yes to Megan, because you know how she is. She would have been fucking.
Hey, Friendsgiving. I love Friendsgiving.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
I was gonna say.
her mom made meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and we fucking went and chilled out. It was so normal. I loved it. It
Yeah.
was so fucking normal.
No
It was
pressure.
just like going.
you have to be
Thank
there,
you.
and it's just like
Yeah.
you know
Right.
I socialize with or like.
Right. None of that shit. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid.
I mean, I talked to my grandma a lot. It was actually really interesting, man. I was telling you, like, I swear to you, it was the most open my grandmother's ever been to me. It was great.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. You know what's funny is it was after the biting thing, so I'm wondering if that made her be like, oh, my grandson's actually smart.
Yeah, right. Like for my first time meeting her, I didn't know what to expect, and damn, man, it really made it much easier. At least grandma's.
That sangria girl, that's what did it.
I will say that much though. That sangria, that was that icebreaker, and I'm glad I brought that shit because man, everybody, you should have seen like the aunt with the long hair.
Oh, Tina, yeah.
Tina over here at the end of the fucking you walk up to the fucking trailer, this bitch right here, and I love her. She got the glass of sangria in her purse right here, and she just chilling and just like she hanging loose. My dog right here. You like that? You want that recipe? I got you, girl. Y'all don't want that real recipe because let's be real. I got a bottle of fucking sangria and I put some triple sec. Don't let them know. And a bunch of fucking fruit though. That fruit is what really set it off.
Mom watches these.
Mom, don't tell them. My gosh, it was good. That's all that matters. It was good. Now it inspired me to really, really make the recipe.
It's always nice when you can get drunk and feel like you're being healthy. Like you can lie to yourself, like, "Ooh, I'm having fruit."
Right.
Raspberry? Was that a cherry?
Right.
Was that a strawberry? Girl.
I will say from like the next like gathering we have, that's totally what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna do it with like the blackberry bourbon or
It's gonna be a
blackberry
real
brandy and triple sec and like it'll be $50 in a jug, but it'll be dang.
You said your mom watches these. Well, you know
She
what
watches
he told
some
me
of
the
them.
other
So you'll
day.
find ass mom. I said, ah.
I love you, Mom. He told me she smoked and like, oh well, you might be able to get her.
Shut up.
What you mean? She
Don't
knows.
be playing mom.
Nigga,
She
12.
don't- Mom doesn't care.
That's to Chucky
She
69 right here.
doesn't care.
I'm just playing.
He's
I'm
the
just
one
playing.
that told me. Mom,
I
she
know.
might. She might. I'm like,
To
what?
Chucky 69 right
You
there.
know, to Chucky
That was the I'm so glad I like that though. That was like
Yo.
key. That's key right there, key. I like
Charlie,
that. I like that.
she's got so many nicknames,
Yeah.
man. Like it's great. She got let's see, let's
I'm very blessed.
Char Char Binks,
Charzilla. That's not a set, but Char.
Char Charzilla. What was
Or
the one you
Charmander. My
just
mom
said?
called me Charmander here and there.
To Chucky.
To Chucky 69,
X. Professor.
X Professor.
That's right.
Just Chuck. Like
I'll be honest with you, it's something I noticed a while ago. It's like, I honestly really like that about myself, though. It's like, if I love something, I always give it nicknames.
Yeah.
Like, my dog has 20 names. My
He's
cats
better than
have
that.
a million
Yeah.
different names. You know what I mean? It's like,
Mhm.
I always give people nicknames, and I normally end up giving them nicknames they like, which is dope.
Thank you both for real though.
Yeah,
At
I
least
kinda-
they're all. I'm like, I like that.
you
That's
know,
so
they're all
cute.
adorable.
I don't even know when I noticed that. It's just like, it's definitely something I do, though. Like, I definitely give people
Yeah.
nicknames.
I asked her on our first date, like maybe 10 minutes into our first date, like, because Charlene just felt so formal. Like, I was like, is it okay if I call you Charlie? Like, fucking 5 minutes into our first date.
And it's stuck
Yeah,
everybody.
it's stuck now. It's just Charlie. Everybody knows her as Charlie.
That makes it even more cute though that it wasn't a nickname until like.
Or, like, yeah. Like, or you know somebody's your nigga when, like, you hear their real name, you're like, who you talking about?
Right? Who the fuck? Charlene. Like, who's Charlene?
Yo, so I had this moment. I was at this bar, right, and I hear these people talking, and they were talking about like sticking sticking stuff in your anal cavity or whatever, right? And she's like, I saw this girl, and she like put like it was like a grapefruit or something like that. And she's like, how do you even know it's apple? She's like, how do you even get there? And my dumb ass, start with grapes.
Oh, shit! Ah!
If that ain't an
Yo.
icebreaker right there, I'm like, what's your name? I like you.
And then they started trying to do the thing where they're like trying to like embarrass me about it, like, oh, you know, because you did it. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yeah.
I like butt
And
play.
there's like someone's like, what are you guys talking about? What's going on? I was like, they're talking about how I stick stuff in my ass.
You know,
I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't even know your name.
like what we have
Ain't that
Adderall.
impress you?
You're right. You're not gonna make me feel weird about it because I know I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because you gonna go home and you gonna do that shit. Let's be
Yo,
straight.
okay. So we have the Adderall instrumentals. I'm now proposing beer and butt stuff.
Beer and butt stuff is tight.
Beer
I gotta break
and
that
butt
down.
Wait, what?
Beer and butt stuff is dope.
Beer and butt stuff.
I told Josh I want a T-shirt that's like it looks like a gas pump or like even a dude dressed as a gas pump, and it says swipe card and pull nozzle.
This is the type of shit right there. This is the type of shit right
we're
here.
brainstorming.
What spawned that? Like, what inspired that?
I don't even know.
All the
bro.
things.
It don't even
Drugs.
matter. But it's golden. I'm like, put that shit in the bank, bitch. Don't forget. Put that in the bank. Put that in the bank.
Shit.
I approve of that. I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
So on that, I don't drink beer, and I'm drinking one right now. So let's go ahead and start that like as a prereq. Beer and butt stuff. So, you
Alright,
know,
so my buddy.
the butt. Sometimes the fingers.
The butt.
Sometimes
The
two.
butt.
The
How do
butt.
you get there? If you really want to know, one knuckle at
Yeah, okay.
a time. One knuckle at a time.
Did
You
you
ever
see
seen-
when? Oh shit, go ahead.
No, you.
Did you see what Charlamagne gave like for Christmas gift like last year? He gave all of his castmates like a mold of his ass.
That's even more
He
so.
just gave
Man.
them a mold of his ass. It was hilarious.
They make way too many jokes about his ass. Now I'm like, bro,
with like the nuts and all, like
come
looking
on.
at his ass in the back. That's
No.
hilarious.
I wonder how much that
Charlamagne,
costs.
bro. All the love. I it won't change my opinion of you for better or worse one way or the other. There's an awful lot of. And if not, then even cooler because you're just comfortable like that.
Yeah.
Even cooler.
That's really what it is. That's
But-
why it's so funny to me.
I don't think he's gay. I'm not
No.
saying he's gay.
I don't care if
I think he's like might be like bisexual.
Okay.
Which it's just weird to me. I'm not trying to insult the guy or anything, just giving an opinion. I always get that vibe from him. It's kind of like he's so frat boy. It's so it's almost like vintage behavior. You know what I mean? Like it's like if this was the '90s, you'd just be another frat boy, like doing kind of gay shit, but
don't
being kind of homophobic at the same time. Like,
I guess. I don't know.
like
I know a lot. I listen to Charlamagne talk a lot, so
Right.
it's like
my
I have
exposure is
completely-
minimal.
Exactly. I have a completely different perception.
Like, what's that?
Completely
Morning Zoo
different.
is pretty much all over him and with
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Morning Zoo is dope.
That's like 95.1 way the fuck back in the day.
Damn, I was gonna go somewhere from that though. But yeah, I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well.
Oh, I think I interrupt Chuck talking about butt stuff.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
beer and
my
butt stuff.
bad.
You can't just say that and walk away.
Right, you set up the joke. That's my fault.
She's doing butt stuff. She's like, all right, so I told
Yeah,
you.
right? Right.
That was your cue, bro.
I'm not done. My bad. You're right.
It is really weird though, seeing like, okay, I will tell you the piece of equipment that weirds me out is the little like
That's what I was gonna say.
the like bulb for like douching the butt.
Yeah.
Cause it's huge. It's like this, and I'm just like, how much water do you need at once?
All depends.
Like, are you pressure
We are not
washing your?
kink shaming
That's what I
anybody.
was. That's what.
No,
I
I'm
was
not
about.
king shaming.
You know what I
I'm
really
just
want
saying the
to
sheer
do?
size of it, amazing.
I want to get a mold of a vagina of like whoever I'm sleeping with, and I want to compare them. I wonder how good they are. I really do wonder that. Like, is it close? Is it?
Now here's my question: Is it
Right.
just a mold of like the front, the leg?
No, it's like
they
they
get
in there.
I would expect so, right? And
Yeah.
that's weird though. Like what
Kind
kind
of like a grill. Think of it like a grill.
So it has, but still though, how
So
does
they
it
get in
get
the right
in
for the
there?
Ridges and all
though?
that. Yeah, all the ripples and all the ribbed. Yeah.
For it to not stick in your vagina and be all weird, and you know what I mean. So like, do they have to like a
Oh, no, we
speculum? Women, y'all know what a speculum is. But do they take
Yeah,
a
it's what you
speculum
use
or
to flip
something?
eggs.
The mother eggs.
Fun
baby.
it is in fact what we used to flip eggs in.
Good shit, though, man. I want to know the whole science behind this, though.
Yeah, no, see, I'm
Myth is
super
much
interested in that, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, about the butt stuff. Anyways, what was the first thing you remember? Your first time getting your butthole like licked
I never.
on a random?
I'm not. I never.
No.
I don't.
Not because
I've never had anyone try it, and I wouldn't like. I'm weird about I just don't like anal.
no,
I don't like
this
anal.
is
I don't even really like
interesting.
doing anal shit. If
Okay.
if you want me to, I will, but it's not gonna be where I go. No,
You're
I've
not
done it.
trying.
I've done it, and then it's one of those things like threesomes. Like I realize that they're overrated.
Right.
Anal
Right.
sex is overrated. I
Right.
did it. Was like okay,
Right.
that was a bad idea after the jacuzzi. How am I gonna get this off?
And that's something right there to be pointed out, though, because that is like you have to know what comes with doing the booty stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I'm fine
normal.
with it.
Be cool with it.
I
be
prefer
cool.
it.
You prefer no? Stop it. Hey, but chocolatey in this bitch. You about to
Straight
get
up.
real dark in this
I
motherfucker.
dig like a Q-tip.
Butt stuff when she ain't prepared is like driving through the mud. Because if you stop, you might get stuck.
I dated a girl once that actually liked it, but like so we did it initially, and then like I kind of just stopped, and I would only do it when I was mad at her because like eventually she closed up, so I knew it hurt.
Okay,
I'm kind of glad you brought that up, just because in my head I wanted to say, I don't care who you are if you like the butt stuff. It's part of you has to like knowing, hey, it ain't supposed to be like that, but you like that shit. I'm part of your ass. That booty right there, I'm stuffing that shit. Well, you know what? If you got an attitude and you need an adjustment,
I'm like, the only way I respect, and I'm from a dude's point of view, anal, like dudes doing anal sex with women, is if you're fucking both. The dudes that just let the vagina go completely to waste.
Yeah,
it's a whole vagina right here. That
I
you
agree
can't
with
be
that.
trusted, man.
I
You
agree
can't be
with that.
trusted. You straight going for the ass?
My only
Ew.
issue with anal stuff is that it always has to be the final.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
It
You
went
are
in my
not.
butt. You either hop it in that shower or you better finish it on with this butt.
Yeah.
That's my biggest like downside to anal, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like it's cause shit. I want to switch around. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Man, I'm in my 30s. Sometimes I get winded, so I just can I just lean back for a second?
Sure.
All right, word.
Sometimes
All right, I'm back.
Sometimes I'm on drugs. I want to do crazy shit. I'm gonna hit the cat with it.
You know,
I don't want the
like,
cat to smell.
Stop. And that's cool. No judging. But at the same time, that's another one I don't judge. A bitch that just lets you, if you're gonna fuck the booty, and then just take it out and put you in the punani afterwards, you don't care about yourself. You
really
don't love yourself.
You really
Girl.
don't.
You don't love yourself.
It's like food sex. Food sex sounds dope, but
Like,
sounds
freaky
super
is
bad for
freaky.
vaginas. Like,
No, as far as food sex goes, okay, inside
Wait.
me, maybe a cucumber. Because cucumber,
Okay, so
man,
I don't really know much about. I thought it was just eating while fucking.
no, I mean like with like say like girls with the chocolate syrup. And
Oh,
whipped
yeah,
cream
yeah.
and
that's
honey.
how you get ants.
That's
That's
you
all I
want
ever
ants,
think. That's how you get ants.
Yo,
I'm gonna wake up and
Yo,
be,
whatever happened with Shawty? Nah, bro, she had ants.
yo,
no,
seriously.
for real
Next time
though.
somebody asks me about a girl, I'm saying that, bro, she had ants.
That's
Yeah,
how you
man.
get ants, honey. Be
That's how you
festering.
Like
You
seriously.
start wondering
But
why
tell me
it's
that
like
ain't
frothy.
you literally putting like sugar up in there.
That's real.
That's the recipe for like there's
You know
yeast
what
in
that,
there.
and you know what
You're
that makes
making
me think of though?
beer.
All these years of
You
people
are
using
you are
them
making
flavored
booze in
condoms
your
and
girl's
shit.
uterus.
What kind
Oh,
of shit
yeah.
were they putting in these condoms back in the day,
Straight
though?
up.
You gotta wonder. These
Straight
sweet
up.
flavor.
Oh,
remember
the
those, like,
flavored
strawberry,
condoms,
those
yeah.
real thick, like syrupy flavor.
Yeah, I used
That's
to chew
why
them like
never
gum.
choke. Bitch, you might as well because that's all it is. That's all it
No,
is.
I'm just playing, but that's hilarious.
That's straight up some real
That's
ass
hilarious. I gotta put a character in the movie that like just opens condoms.
shit.
Coneheads did it. Coneheads did it.
Blow a bubble with that bitch. Oh, nigga.
Pop.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What?
Oh, they did do that.
Yep, Coneheads did it.
But not like they didn't know.
That's
This
what
guy
I
would
did know.
intentionally be doing it.
Yeah.
Like I wanna make a like a very like a gay gangster. I want a character that's a gay and a gangster, so he like aggressively hits on men. like aggressive as fuck, like
keep me from grinding my teeth because he all
Straight
fucked
up,
the
like-
shit, so he pop a flavor.
but he again like he's a drunk, like he's a huge kingpin or some shit, gay as fuck, and he just talks to dudes like they women, like just it's just as crazy as dudes, just as crazy as guys.
It sounds like Chosen. If Chosen had made, if the show was about Chosen after he made it.
Right.
It's like like honestly, it's like sometimes I'll hear dudes talk to women and like they'll say wild shit, and I'm like, yo, I wish I was gay so I could say this crazy shit to y'all. So I could say, because when it does happen to a dude, they be like, oh, what the fuck? Exactly, clutch your pearls, bitch. That's how she felt. That's how she felt, bruh. That's how she felt when you said that wild shit.
Yo, for real though.
You said clutch the pearls, but I said my
I swear, dude. Oh my god.
Yo, next time we're at a bar and we're because we generally hang out with just as many dudes as girls, and somebody hits on one of our girls rudely, we gotta do that. We gotta like go up and be like, yo, like,
nah, but I'm saying, what's happening, baby?
Yeah,
what's good? What's it open? How far it go? Wait,
You
what? What?
Hey,
You
girl,
gotta ask
I'm trying to see what that mouth do.
straight up. You got to ask him a weird ass question. Is it too deep if it's from the front? What? What does that mean? Straight up.
I just want to know how bad I'm gonna hurt you.
Do I need a receipt to return it?
Mm-hmm.
Do I get store credit if I bring it back?
You gotta bring it back.
I'm not at work. I don't. I only work on Tuesdays. I don't.
Oh,
know
motherfucker! I want to wear your dick like a sleep. Oh my god!
Straight up. That shit's crazy, dude. Like especially like when especially if you're like at an event where guys are just like group of dudes with their friends, like they're gonna say like at Jenny Springs, like dude, I watched you say the wildest shit. I'm like, dude, who are you doing that for? She's obviously not into that. What do you? Yeah, do you see the way I disrespected her? It was awesome, right? Like, what are you doing?
Who has ever gotten pussy off of "Hey, baby"?
Somebody might have.
But it's like shit. That's even respectful.
Yeah, because they were driving a Lamborghini or some shit.
Or I hate the moment when someone's driving by and they scream something out the window. It's like, no one ever hears what you said, stupid. We didn't hear you because science, asshole.
I heard the tone of your voice and I flipped you off. Just
like I didn't even do that because like you in a car driving by. I'm not convinced. I don't believe you.
Babe,
I don't believe
I
you.
meant to tell you, chosen. Bobby Moynihan, not Nick Kroll.
What about Bobby Moynihan?
That's Chosen, not Nick Kroll.
Is that who plays Chosen?
Yeah, Bobby Moynihan.
Bobby Moynihan?
From SNL. Yeah. That's who plays Chosen.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
We were trying to figure out if it was Nick Kroll.
What is Chosen?
Oh my god, you've never watched Chosen?
You've never
It's
watched
about
Chosen?
a gay white rapper
Oh,
getting
you
out of
gotta
prison.
watch that shit.
And he hasn't made it.
Sign me up.
Yo, it's so
gotta
fucking
watch
good.
this
Matter of
shit.
fact,
You
before you
gonna
leave,
be
I'm gonna
lying.
give you our cartoon website because it's the best.
It's hilarious. The way he be hitting on just
Dude,
like
you
he
gonna
described.
love Chosen.
He don't
Like,
be-
I'm amazed you've never watched it. It was an old FX series, got like 2 seasons.
I've actually seen
No, it
it
only
so
got
many
one. It
times.
only got one
I actually
season.
remember the font and everything. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I just had no idea what the fuck it was.
It's one of Hannibal Buress's first
Oh, I
big
love Hannibal
roles.
Buress, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hannibal
God.
Buress. Yeah, there we go.
What
What's
did he
funny
play?
about Hannibal
He's
Buress?
the black dude.
Is he the black dude?
Yeah.
Figure,
And then it's-
right?
and
You
then
never know though, okay?
and
Like,
then
it's
It's
okay
so
for black
fucked up,
dudes
but
to
it's
play
so
white dudes.
true when like it's like, but you can say he's the
Right.
black dude, and it's like okay.
I know,
There's
I
only
feel
one.
bad.
You
Three
got
main
it.
characters. There's Chosen, gay, big fucking cockswole, gay white dude. Then there's a little Spanish dude who's like
Well,
this
no,
little
I know exactly what you
high-strung
mean. It's like, and
guy.
I've
Yeah.
also done that so many times because you know that they'll know.
I know you're gonna know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I hate is when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to say. So they're trying to give you he's a dude. He's got short hair.
I do that
like
intentionally
brown
to white
eyes.
people.
Like dude,
I do.
Anthony
The black
Mackie.
dude, the Indian
I do
dude.
that. I do that to white people on purpose. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say the black dude. I'm not gonna make this easy
Just
for
to
you.
see
He
if
has
he
a
gonna
name.
bring it out of him.
He has a name.
He has a name. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying if you remembered Robert Downey Jr., then you should remember Anthony Mackie. But I'm saying if you remembered Elizabeth Olsen, you damn well better know Anthony Mackie's name. Like...
Exactly. Yeah, but Hannibal Buress is one of my favorites for sure. It took me a while. Like I had to mature to understand how funny Hannibal was because at first I did not get it. I had no idea when I would watch a stand up. I had no idea. And then one day I was sitting there, I watched it again for some reason. I was like, holy shit, in stitches. Like, fucking holy, this motherfucker is funny.
Yeah.
It's his cadence and how he talks so regular, it's like you don't really know that he's joking. Like, he says funny ass shit in between punchlines. Like, you don't realize it. He's just rambling, and it's like, what he's saying in between.
Oh, his funniest of the shit, he just mumbles after the joke. That's always the funniest part of the fucking joke. That's always the part he loses his shit, too. I love comedians. I do not like a stand-up comedian that doesn't laugh. There aren't very many of them.
I can feel that.
But there are very few that can get away with not laughing along. Because if you don't think it's funny, you
at
know,
least that little break in character where you can, like, you know, bitch, you brilliant.
Right.
You know, you, like, it's all right. It's all
right, and it's like, sometimes I'm not even laughing at the fact that it's funny. I'm laughing because I said that shit.
Right. Exactly.
Because everybody got to hear that shit.
British comedians can do it. You don't have to laugh along. Because the whole being dry is part of it.
Oh, speaking of which, kind of random off key, but you said British comedians. I have never had, like, you know, people say gaydar. I was talking to Dennis about this. Have you ever been able to tell gay British men? Because there is a difference between...
Yeah. Just ask them if they're
like,
British, and if they say yes, they're gay.
At least it's a new policy. It's a new policy. At least once an episode on all Mixed Babies Productions, there will be a joke about colonizers.
Oh my gosh.
Not white people in general, but colonizers.
I would just say some hateful shit.
The reason why I brought it up, you know what he said? Is Lucifer, the guy that played Lucifer, never really picked up on it. I was like,
he's gay.
He's like, oh, that's what.
I'm not sure
like,
that I've ever met a gay
being.
British dude, but I don't know if I have. But
Yeah.
but that's one of those things that I tell people where it's like, dude, I get the question all the time. It's like, are you used to anyway? It's like, are you gay? And it's like, you're only asking me that because I'm black. Period. If I was an Asian dude, if I was an Asian dude, if I was a white dude, anything, and I've asked people before, they're like, oh, well, you're so nice and you're well spoken. I'm like, you realize that's an awful reason, right? But you can't be well dressed and polite and smart
and not be
and black and not be gay.
Like,
you can't be that. It's like if I was Asian, if I was Indian, if I was white, you wouldn't ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I've never like as a black woman, I might get some certain shit, but I've never like that's probably more for black men.
Because I've given you no reason to think that.
You're well dressed and you like that's kind of fucked up. Not kind of, that's very fucked up.
People don't realize it though. It's like it's like if I was any other race, you would not answer.
How many times do you have to explain to people that telling them you're well spoken is an insult? Like, oh wow, you're so smart,
I don't think I've ever told anyone that.
I've had to explain it to some people because of like the extent of them.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't had the balls to do it. I'm just like, I just take it and run with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even. I'm afraid to do that. To be honest with you, like, it's like even the "Are you gay?" is a compliment. You're trying to compliment. Like, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
You just don't really see it. It's like.
And that's the thing. Like, they're trying to compliment me on being like, and I get that, but then sometimes I'm just like, when I hear it too many times from the same person, just like, why wouldn't I be?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Now, when they say you talk white, that's when I'm pissed off. Like that's when I'm annoyed, and that I might say something about.
I've had people call me the Oreo or an Oreo or whatever.
White in the middle.
White on the you're just like a. All right. Okay. You're so cute.
Right? Like, tell the police that. No, sir. I'm an Oreo. Don't shoot.
Did you hear?
I'm actually white on the inside. Did you know?
So fucking.
If only it worked that way. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think one of the worst things I've ever heard, it was from a black person, a black girl, tell me we need to revoke your black license. We need to take your black card.
You know, the only thing I
in front of a whole group, and that really kind of hurt.
People are wrong.
I'd like, come get it and see how black I am.
Yeah.
I had to fuck around and pull it out, like, just imaginary. It's right here.
I wish I had the balls that I
dare
have
you
now.
to touch it.
I didn't. I was just like, oh.
The only one I ever get is whenever we hang out with new people and they inevitably, because we always make a bunch of fucking racist jokes when we're all hanging out about all the races in our big group. And it's when someone inevitably tries to make like a Spanish joke to me, and they like wait for me to be like, oh, wait, me? No,
it was funny as shit. And Sean the other day, Sean pulled up and me and Willie were hanging out outside, and he knows Willie and shit. And Willie starts like talking shit, whatever. He's like, motherfucker, you ain't even black, you blueberry.
It'd be cute. We lost our shit,
you got me. We lost our shit. That shit was hilarious, bro. But I think one of my favorite moments was when Willie gave you his black card. When he pretended, he's like, I think I gotta give you this, bro.
Yeah.
And he like pulls out his wallet and he's like, You're like, what is that? It's like my black card. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
right. What was he? What? I don't even remember what the.
Because you were talking about black women and just like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, damn, this nigga sitting here telling me shit I ain't know.
Honestly, I wanted to save that because I wanted me and Charlie to start like a relationship podcast.
You totally should. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. You know. I thought that'd be really good, and it's not like we have a perfect relationship, or else who would the fuck would want to hear from us?
Well, that's the whole point,
Like,
though. Yeah.
Don't nobody
Not
want to
the
hear
perfect
about
relationship,
Chrissy Teigen and John
but you are
Legend.
definitely the perfect people for each other.
You know,
Which
I
is
can
fucking.
agree with
Like, it's exactly what it is.
dysfunctional and functional in the right ways to make it like entertaining and worthy.
Right.
Like, all right, here we go.
I'll be honest. I don't know who could deal with either one of you motherfuckers, but you motherfuckers.
Tell it though. It ain't no lie. You ain't never told no lie.
Straight up. It's beautiful. I love
Never
it.
told no lie.
I
No,
love it.
stop. It's cute. It's cute. Bitch, I will knock his block off. You better let him know. You better let the world know.
Straight up.
I ain't even. Y'all notice I ain't said shit in my block getting knocked.
Like I
He's
said,
smart. He knows.
perfect people for each other.
He said a goddamn thing. My block getting knocked off. All right, y'all. Golly. Oh man.
Gee Wilbur, Batman.
And on that note, fuck you guys.
Fuck all you guys.
Stay safe.
Good night.
Death to 2020.
Down to 2020. I just became a time Nazi. It's fine.
A time Nazi. Yo.